President Trump has just made a highly unconventional choice for a key position at the FBI. Dan Bongino, a former Secret Service agent turned right-wing media personality, will serve as deputy director. Brian Todd has more on the story. First, Bongino will wield significant power in his new job, an enormous amount of power. While Kash Patel will be running the Bureau's day-to-day operations as director, Bongino's lack of experience at the FBI and his media background have raised concerns among former agents. President Trump now has two of his most loyal MAGA champions heading the FBI. Kash Patel as director and 50-year-old Dan Bongino, a former Secret Service agent turned right-wing podcaster, as deputy director. I got a call from the president, and it couldn't have been nicer, folks, Bongino said. It's a lot to walk away from and a lot to walk into. According to former FBI officials who spoke to CNN, Bongino's hiring will be controversial. Putting somebody in who's never been an FBI agent is potentially troublesome, one former agent said. I have no problems with Dan Bongino's intelligence, and the fact that he served with the Secret Service is a bonus. But this is going way outside the norm of what the FBI has done in the past. Concerns are particularly strong because Bongino has spent considerable time on the air criticizing the FBI for its investigations of Donald Trump. Folks, the FBI is lost. It's broken, irredeemably corrupt at this point, Bongino has stated. Bongino, who served as a New York City police officer in the 1990s, later joined the Secret Service and was part of President Barack Obama's protective detail. I interviewed Bongino when he left the Secret Service in 2011 to run for the U.S. Senate as a Republican from Maryland, asking him about his political loyalty despite having guarded a Democratic president. I want to say personally that I have enormous respect for him, but I just disagree with the ideology, Bongino said. It's a simple ideological play. That's it. The country is going down the wrong path. Since that failed Senate bid, Bongino's media profile has skyrocketed. He became a regular on Fox News, hosted his own hugely popular radio shows and podcasts, and earned the admiration of President Trump. While he did criticize the January 6th rioters, he has also supported Trump's false claims that the 2020 election was stolen. We had an election with unbelievably suspect behavior, he has said. Bongino has also used his podcast to promote far-right views, including promising retribution and suggesting that Trump should ignore court decisions he doesn't like. Now, as the hands-on official handling the Bureau's daily operations, Bongino faces a unique challenge. The one thing you do not want to do on day one is lose the loyalty of the FBI, a former agent warned. When they see their own management appearing to go off the rails, you lose them. As for how the FBI's rank and file feel about Bongino, CNN obtained a mass email sent to its members just before Trump announced his selection. The FBI Agents Association, which represents thousands of agents, stated that Kash Patel had assured them the new deputy director would come from within the FBI's ranks. When contacted by CNN, the association declined to comment on Bongino's appointment. Wolf Blitzer, all right. Brian Todd, reporting for us. Thanks, Brian, very much. Joining us now is former FBI Deputy Director Andrew McCabe. Andrew, thanks for coming in. You speak with authority on this position, having served as Deputy Director yourself. Let's talk about Dan Bongino. You've said that putting him in this critically important role is, in your words, dangerous. Tell us why. Andrew McCabe. Well, Wolf, the FBI Deputy Director has an incredibly hard job. And as you said, I know this personally. They are ultimately responsible for all of the FBI's intelligence collection and investigative activity. You are the operational manager, the chief operating officer for the FBI. It is absolutely imperative that, when bad things happen, you have a career's worth of experience and legal knowledge to make quick decisions and avoid further crises. Learning the organization from scratch is a luxury an FBI deputy director simply does not have. This is why, for 117 years, every single deputy director has been an experienced FBI agent. Bongino is not. He is a right-wing conspiracy theorist, an election denier. McCabe reacted to a recent statement by Bongino on his podcast. Bongino, Folks, my recommendation is Donald Trump should ignore this. This judge is obviously not acting constitutionally at all. It should be ignored. Who's going to arrest him? The U.S. Marshals? You guys know who the U.S. Marshals work for? The Department of Justice. That's under the, executive branch. Donald Trump is going to order his own arrest. This is ridiculous. McCabe, for someone who will hold one of the most senior law enforcement positions in the U.S. government, overseeing 12,000 agents, to go on the air and advocate for ignoring a lawful court order is deeply disturbing. It sends an awful message to the rank and file who are out there every day upholding the law. This is a terrible example, and it's going to come back to haunt him. The new FBI director, Kash Patel, had previously told allies that Robert Kaysen, the acting deputy director, was likely to keep the job. So what changed? McCabe, Wolf, according to sources inside the organization, the pushback that Kaysen and acting director Paul Abate gave to acting Deputy Attorney General John Bove is what cost them their jobs. And that, to me, is another particularly bad sign. It suggests that any kind of independence, any perceived pushback against blind loyalty to the president and DOJ leadership can now cost you your job at the FBI. That has never been the case before. Blitzer, we'll see what happens. Andrew McCabe, thanks very much.